Ready?
Yeah.
We are live. Guys, we're back for another Sith Temple episode. I am Raven, your GS.
And I'm Joe, one further to CYBERNERDS.
And today, we are... What's the main question today?
The main question is, put your favourite Star Wars movies in order.
Yeah, you do that. And then come back to us.
Put your favourite Star Wars movies in order.
'Cause that's exactly what's about to go down today.
Best to worst. Have you written your list? We're going to tell you what our list is right now.
Meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
First of all, we might have to you might have to find someone new to do the podcast with.
I know, it's looking real gritty right now.
Because I had a peep at your list. And there's definitely some things going on over there that I don't agree with.
I don't know. The levels of disrespect right now. I kind of. Yeah, but anyway, let's get this popping. Popping.
What we're gonna do is we're not even gonna have a pre-question. Usually we have a question like beat around a bush, but this is too deep right now.
This is deep. This is close to home. This is everything. This is why we're here.
So we're going to talk about our favourite movies. Alright guys, this is how it's going to run. We're going to start down. There's 8. We're going to include all 8 movies. The Christmas special does not count. So we're talking about all of the prequels. That's A Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. And then we're going to be talking about the original trilogy, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. And then we're obviously going to talk about The Force Awakens and the newly released Rogue One. So, we're going to start from the bottom of our list. Raven, do you want to go first or do you want to go second?
No, it's cool. I can start this off.
All right.
I think this is an easy one. I think 99% of the world will agree with this. The bottom of the list would be Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. Are we going to talk about these movies a little bit?
You can. I mean, yeah, why not? Sure. Like, for those, you're not really... up to par with,
My bottom movie is also Attack of the Clones, like you said. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason Attack of the Clones is the bottom of the list for me is because... Not because I think it's terrible. It's not the greatest Star Wars movie, and I think it fails when you compare it to the others. The others are just so much better, and I think there's too much...
CGI.
There's too much. There's too much Anakin Skywalker telling me about his feelings and being a creep.
It's so annoying. I think that's the most annoying side of Anakin we've ever seen.
Yeah, like
so annoying.
Any media you have of Anakin, this is the worst one.
Draking.
Yeah,
the whole movie. It's disgusting.
It's like, what are you doing? Even when he gets emotional in the animated series of Clone Wars, he handles it better than this.
Right.
He says crazy stuff like, "I'm haunted by the kiss you never gave me," and
it suffocates me.
Yeah, it's weird.
What kind of poetry is this?
Yeah, so there's that. Then there's a whole bunch of Senate meetings, which is cool because I'm into the politics of Star Wars. But at the same time, it's like, it's the majority of the movie.
Yeah.
I
guess at some point we also have to show that side, because remember, this is Star Wars. This is a war. And wars is, it consists of battlefield, politics, and all the stuff behind the scenes. So at some point, this is gonna come through, and unfortunately, it's in this movie. And as much as we don't like, as much as it doesn't do much for us, it still plays part. How things move forward, how things are revealed, so far and so forth. So, yeah.
Number 8, anyway, Attack of the Clones, bottom of the pile. All right, now our list take drastic directions from here.
Mad.
Nothing else is the same.
Mad.
So you were starting off. Let's go to your next movie.
Return of the Jedi. Look, I'm not really a fan of Luke. I've said this one before. You know it. I know it. I don't know. It's just, listen. It's it's there because it doesn't do much for me in comparison to other movies. I don't like Luke. Yes, it has one of the most epic scenes in Star Wars where, you know, he comes, you know, confronts Vader and he finds out he's just far out.
No, that's the wrong movie.
Is that the wrong one? No.
You're killing yourself, right? Return of the Jedi. That is the.
Is that the?
That's when he turns Vader back to the good side, not when he tells him. You're losing real credibility with our CYBERNERDS right now. But yeah, so you carry on.
No. Oh yeah, shit. Man's gonna have to cut that still.
Nah, man's not cutting that.
Man's cutting that.
Man is not cutting that. Carry on.
But yeah, I don't like Luke. Doesn't say much to me. There isn't much pivot point in the movie. I mean, there is, you know, turns Vader or whatever, but like I said, he's down there.
All right, we're just gonna move on because you've just
go on.
you've just killed yourself already. All right, my number 7th movie on the list is Phantom Menace. Now, like, there's the reason I could have put this movie last, but the reason I didn't is because there's redeeming qualities about it. 1, Qui-Gon Jinn. 2, Obi-Wan. Really good in this movie. I don't like Anakin. Wasn't one of my favorite parts of the movie, but he wasn't bad. Do you know what I'm saying? Young Anakin wasn't bad at all. The other thing that's
actually a bit fun.
Yeah, like he's cool. He's not bad. Like in Attack of the Clones, he's Hayden Christensen as Anakin is terrible in that movie. But in this movie, this kid's good. One other thing about Phantom Menace that I like, Darth Maul. For all of these reasons, it makes the number 7 on the list. But the reason it's also at number 7 down there is because Jedis have lightning quick speed exactly in the beginning of the movie. That was
so bad. Yeah. Like I watched that the other day and I was like, what was you thinking?
There's no way. Like
it's so bad. Like it's just disgusting.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So they've got lightning quick speed in there, like they're superheroes. Then the introduction of midichlorians. Like I don't know what a midichlorian. I still don't like. It's 2016. I still don't know what a midichlorian is, and hopefully I never find out. So, and it's also got.
Didn't they explain that?
No one cares about midichlorians. Next, Jar Jar Binks. This is why it's number 7 on the list. I don't want to go into it any deeper, but Jar Jar Binks, midichlorians, and Jedi's having lightning speed that only gets used one time in a movie. That is what makes this number 7. All right, cool. What is your next movie on the list?
A New Hope.
No,
sorry. Force Awakens.
Are you alright today?
No, I really ain't. I think it's just too hot in here.
Alright, cool.
Force Awakens. Our first movie within years. It's a new direction of the movie. New characters. Farewell to Han Solo. I mean, we got some great scenes there. I love Rey, Finn. Obviously, we've got Poe. It was just, you know, a new era for Star Wars. So, which I don't think outdoes the other ones, but it's something new. We don't know. Obviously, we don't know what's ahead of it, and it's just a new period, really.
Cool. All right. My number 6 on my list is Return of the Jedi, which was your number 7. Now, this is tough because I like Return of the Jedi, but much like you, we're prequels babies. We won't lie. Like we grew up on the prequels. They were the first movies we saw in the cinema. Then we went and watched the original trilogy. So I don't have that fondness for Luke that the older generation does. So it was good to see him grow and be a badass and stuff like that, but I don't really connect with him as a character. I was more interested in the Vader stuff in this movie, which I really like. Him, do you know what I'm saying? Him turning back to the good and showing that no matter how bad you've been or what you've done, do you know what I'm saying? There's always something that can bring you back. That is something I do like, but it couldn't. When I put this against the other movies on my list, it couldn't climb higher than here.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like at some point, like it's really tough to start
to differentiate.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I agree with that.
So yeah, that was my first one where I was like, could have been up one, could have been down one, but that's where Jedi gets my number 6 ranking. So what's your number 5?
Number 5, and we're getting closer to number 3. A New Hope.
Okay, go ahead.
As we can see through Rogue One, you know, it's where you know, Death Star plans are stolen. You know, this is where the shift of the war goes towards the other way, to the good side. Space battle was crazy. I mean, still looking at this movie today, if I didn't know anything about Star Wars and I sit down and I just look and I just watch this movie, it's crazy how they made this movie. Like, from when was this movie released? New Hope. You know?
1977. That's right, as well. 1977, A New Hope.
For you to shoot this movie, as good as it is, like, I don't know what these guys were inhaling or, you know, intaking for you to come up with the scenes. It was shot amazingly for back then. It's still relevant today. You can still watch it today. Anything else am I missing from that?
I don't think so.
My number 5.
Alright, my number 5 is 2016's Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Now, I love this movie.
Broke records too in cinemas.
Destroyed every record there's gonna be ever. It probably won't get broken again. But, man, like, this movie's so good. Like, being number 5 on this list is not a diss. Do you know what I'm saying? I think The Force Awakens, I can tell you the reasons why it can't climb higher on my list. It can't climb higher because it's too much like A New Hope.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not, like, I hate the people that, I don't hate, but I disagree with the people that say, oh, it's just the same as, it's not the same as New Hope, but it's very similar to The New Hope. So that's why it can't climb higher on my list. There's too many similarities with A New Hope for me to think that it's better than A New Hope, and then there's too many similarities with A New Hope for it to climb past the movies that I think are better than A New Hope. But I love everything about the movie. I love the direction. I love that Luke wasn't in it. I love the introduction of Kylo Ren. I love the new characters, Rey, Finn, BB-8, everyone you spoke about. And I'm really excited in the direction it's going. But like I said, too similar to A New Hope. I felt like it was more of an introduction to people who aren't hardcore Star Wars fans.
It's crazy
because
when this movie's coming out, everybody's like, all of a sudden,
everyone's a Star Wars fan. Yeah, but not that that's a problem, but I'm saying that's why it can't go higher than number 5. So, what is your number 4?
My number 4, Phantom Menace.
Okay.
And it's a love-hate for this movie. It's a love-hate. It's a love because my favourite characters in it, Darth Maul. We get to see so much from this character, and at the same time, it just justice wasn't done for him. Certain things, obviously, certain kinds of Jar Jar Binks, annoying, but at the same time, like, here's where you got, like, as bad as this movie is, there is important stuff that happened in this movie that if it didn't happen, we didn't have Star Wars. Now, Qui-Gon, picking up
you've lost it.
Picking up Anakin.
You've lost it.
When they got told
to leave him.
He was too old.
Okay.
He was too attached, emotionally attached to his mom. That's the number 1 Skywalker. his family has changed the galaxy how many times?
Every time there's a movie.
Ah, cool. Alright, so that's the introduction of Anakin that we know that slaughtered the younglings, Vader, okay. Pod races.
Stick to the Phantom Menace. Don't start reaching out to these other movies.
I'm not breaching out to anything.
You was talking about killing younglings. That's not the Phantom Menace.
I'm just giving you examples.
Talk about the Phantom Menace.
Alright, the pod racing. And now, and only Darth Maul. Like, we saw the rise and the fall of Vader, Maul.
Yeah.
Moves to Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just, like, his fighting style. Never seen before. Double lightsaber. The double barrel. Never seen before. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure when you saw that back in 2001, was it 2001?
Lost my mind.
Yeah, mad.
I want to say 2000, but fact check that.
Alright, cool. Yeah, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's my number 4.
Alright, now, this is where I've got a rebuttal. Because I feel like you're letting your love for Darth Maul cloud your judgment. Because, and I'm just going to look at your list. You've got Phantom Menace above A New Hope. I will stand, even though I'm not a Luke fan, I will say the introduction to Luke in episode 4 is way better than our introduction to Anakin in episode 1. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi finding him, talking to him about the Clone Wars, like plugging him into real stuff, like, and that's so I'm just saying, I think you loving Maul is clouding your judgment. You know how the dark side clouds your judgment.
That's clouding my judgment. I mean, it's like, you know,
you could have spoke about the whole movie. You only spoke about Darth Maul.
Here's the thing. Like, until you get to, and I've said before, until you get to your top 3, anything else is what you're going to be attached to.
Alright, cool.
It's what's going to give you the most. I don't like Luke. I like Maul. So why would I pick Luke over Maul? Don't make sense.
I'm with you. It's your movies. I'm just saying.
I think the only thing I like about Luke is that he's blacked out. Anything else, it's a side guy, man.
It's up to you. All right.
Yeah, move on to your 4th one.
My number 4 goes in order. Episode 4, A New Hope. A New Hope. Now, like I said, my number 5 was The Force Awakens, and I said The Force Awakens can't be better than A New Hope because it's too much like A New Hope. Now, like I said, Luke's not my favourite character, but I do like his introduction. This movie here, A New Hope, set the tone. Without this movie, we have nothing. We've literally got nothing. You said without number 1, we've got nothing. But number 1 came out after number 4. So in this world, without this movie, without what they did in 1977, we don't have Star Wars. And to me, it's even a pity I've got to put out number 4 on my list. But there's too much things better than it that happen after it. It sets up a universe of stuff that it only gets better. So, A New Hope number 4. Tatooine, first time we see it. The planet with 2 suns that will forever be referenced. Every movie has some sort of homage to that. Rogue One's got an homage to it in the beginning. What's it called? Force Awakens got an homage to it. Like, it's in every movie. The annihilation of Luke's uncle and aunt. The first time we meet R2-D2 and C-3PO. Like, we get introduced to, like, Han Solo shooting first. Come on, man. Like, you haven't got to like Luke to love this movie. There's enough characters in it for this. Like, this movie is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Look, we're just gonna leave there. Let's move forward. What's your number 3?
Number 3. Now, this is where it gets really, really tough. He gets tough, and you're gonna hate me for this.
I'm done with you.
So my number 3, I got Empire Strikes Back. And it's so hard. It's so hard. Because as much, like I said, like, Jesus Christ.
Talk about Empire Strikes Back.
I'm frozen now.
I know, because you made a mistake.
I didn't make a mistake. I don't think I made a mistake because my second one
No.
says more to me than my third one. So
Just talk about Empire Strikes Back. Talk about why it's your number 3.
It's my number 3 because he doesn't outdo the next two.
All right. I mean, that's fair. Now, my number 3. You can watch in movies right now. Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Now, to me, my list makes perfect sense in my mind. I've got A New Hope number 4, and I've got Rogue One at number 3. Do you know why? Because Rogue One makes, for me, someone who is not very interested in Luke, it makes that story so much better. This is the first time we've had one movie directly correlate with another movie within minutes. Or, do you know what I'm saying? Minutes, hours, however long it takes for Darth Vader to jump into light speed and catch up with Princess Leia's ship. This movie is revolutionary. This is the start of a new thing. Like, this movie I love. Like, I love this movie. But for the same, if this is number 3, for the same reasons, Empire Strikes Back is number 3 on your list.
Okay.
Because my 2 movies ahead of this, I don't see another movie touching them ever. I don't see it. And I'm gonna dissect why the 2 movies above it will never, maybe can't be knocked off this pedestal.
Okay.
But Rogue One, A Star Wars Story is my number 3. What's your number 2?
Revenge of the Sith. The birth of Lord Vader. The pinnacle of what this man, Palpatine, all these years, how many years, Faye? Has been planning. Step by step, move by move, playing chess. While the Jedis and everybody else are playing checkers. Like, everything this man has done gets paid off in this movie. Not only that, he gets Vader on his side. And I don't even talk about him, Anakin. Like, you see the transformation, like, of Anakin into Vader. His fight with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I hate you. You see that hate in his eyes. How many memes have you seen with those? Like, we've said like, you said that New Hope, you know, there is lines and everything that states, yo, there's stuff that's been done in that movie that outdoes that easily. Anakin. Sorry, not even Anakin. Vader and Palpatine. Those are the names that you need to know, like, for this movie.
Alright, I'm going to jump in. My number 2, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, so you got the same as me? All right.
Same movie for
cool.
number 2. Now, everything you said's right. And I've got a rebuttal for your number 1 already. It just came into my mind. But this movie here, Revenge of the Sith, you said the birth of Darth Vader. I call this the death of Anakin Skywalker. Get me? Because Vader was put together like a jigsaw puzzle in the last 5 minutes of this movie. But the death of Anakin Skywalker is this whole movie. The death of Anakin Skywalker maybe goes back to halfway through episode 2. Do you know what I'm saying? But this is the pinnacle of it. This is him just the end of the rope. Like, this is, like you said, this is years of grooming from Palpatine, saying, "Oh, Anakin, don't worry. They don't trust you. They don't think you're good enough. They know you're going to be too strong.
They made you feel
exactly
like something dishonest."
This is Palpatine at his best. This is the death of Anakin Skywalker and the birth of the Chancellor. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this movie here, like, I'm a Darth Vader junkie. I love Darth Vader, Anakin, that whole thing there. Like, this, the thing is, the movie could be better, but the things that happen in it, the themes, Order 66,
Mad.
Him force choking Padme.
Jesus.
Obi-Wan not having enough in him to kill him, to put him out of his misery.
Yeah, just
do you know what I'm
chopped him
saying?
up.
Chopped him up and had to walk away. Like, and then that scene. You want to talk about some of the best scenes in Star Wars? Anakin Skywalker burnt in lava, crawling through the dirt.
I hate you. You was like my brother Anakin.
Jesus.
Yeah. Just take my.
That scene could make man cry. Like, if I watched that on the wrong day, I could tear up. I could cry. Get me?
Master, what should we do?
Exactly. What should we do? Revenge of the Sith. That's my number
Mad.
2. That's my number 2. Now,
My
let's go to
number
number 1.
My number 1.
Probably would have guessed it if you've been paying attention, guys.
Yes. Rogue One. And even before we start this, was it last week, 2 weeks ago, I called it, this is going to be one of the best Star Wars movies. And it surpassed that. Now, why is Rogue One the best in my list? First things first, the detail gone into this movie is unseen. Okay, the story, the transition of this movie, there is not one slight fault into it. You get the planets, the battle. Now, what's the name? Even before I start dissecting this, what is the name of this franchise? Star Wars. This movie is war. It's the definition of Star Wars. Ground battle, space battle. What else do we have? We have the lions, the rebels, the extremists, the empire, everything that Palpatine himself managed to get everyone twisted up, that everybody's going against themselves. Even within the empire,
Hierarchy. Yeah,
the hierarchy. Come on, man. They keep in. What's your boy's name? Krennic. Like, look the way Vader and thing going on about it to keep him down there. There is conflict there within the empire. You've got conflict within the rebels. Rebels doing stuff they know themselves is wrong, but I'm doing it because I'm down with the cause. You have war children. War children brought up in this war, now fighting in the war, doing stuff because it has to end. Like, we've been fighting for far too long. I'm corrupted now. Like, I'm corrupted in the sense where I'm doing everything. Jesus, what else do I need to talk about this movie?
Now look, like I said, I love this movie as well.
Like, everything done. Now, you didn't, and I understand the day and age this movie was shot. We also got the same day and age for The Force Awakens. It was nowhere near shot, and I can understand why, because obviously it's a start of something, while this one is just one story. But within one story, they managed to capture everything. The struggle, the stormtroopers, they're tired. Come on, you see guys slouching.
Painted the real world.
Like painted war, the cities, Jada, the first
the Holy City of Jedis.
Come on, never seen before. The so much. Ships over the city. The way the camera shot. We've never seen so much detail when Death Star has destroyed a planet. And this didn't even destroy a planet, they destroyed a city. And look how much detail went into that. Never seen before. Is there more?
There is more, but we're going to move on. Now, my thing is that my only knockback for Rogue One is that one, in fact, there's two. One is, if we'd never seen A New Hope, I don't think this movie is as great as it is. And that's not really a knock. It's just saying, like, I feel like Rogue One and A New Hope, to me, like, it's one movie. When you really think about it, it's one movie. Like, it's just, there's a 10-minute interval and then it goes straight into A New Hope. That's why I don't think it can be the best Star Wars movie, because it needs A New Hope. New Hope gives this movie so much more context, so much more this, so much more that. That's one of the things that I think holds it back on my list.
Okay.
On my list. The next thing is, if we never saw Rogue One, if this movie never came out, we'd still be fine. Now, take any other movie from your top 3 out of the Star Wars lineup. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Everything's messed up. That's another reason it couldn't be my number 1. But I'm gonna take this and segue straight into my number 1 is The Empire Strikes Back. Now, The Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie ever made, and it will be the best movie ever made. When movies are compared to other movies, they say, is it The Empire Strikes Back or the trilogy? Because Empire Strikes Back set the tone for, like, just taking your movie from wherever it is to a way darker place, doing things that you didn't do in the first movie. Like, this movie here, first of all, has the best plot twist we've ever seen ever in a movie. It started plot twists in movies. Then it's got everything. Like, it's got Luke training on Dagobah. It's got Yoda. Like, we seeing Yoda at home. Yoda quotes, quote upon quote. Do or do not, there is no try. Like, people are gonna be saying that for the next 100 years. Like, Jesus said it. Like, this, the Empire Strikes Back. Luke, I am your father. Come on, G. Like, it's The Empire Strikes Back. I don't even know what to say. Like, it's to me, it's easily the best Star Wars movie we've ever got. Easily. It showed Luke what happens when he doesn't listen. He wasn't ready to train. Goes to fight Vader. Vader destroys him. Then tells him he's his son. Devastates him. Like, man, that's it. I'm done. Empire Strikes Back. That's my number 1 movie. Look, you talk to him. I need to gather myself for a second.
Guys, he got heated, as expected, at the Sith Temple. So, what's next? You're going to let us know what's your favourite Star Wars movies. Or you can write a list down like we did. Let us know why your number 1 movie is up there. And maybe why the Attack of the Clones is down there. I don't know. I don't really care. But other than that, I think we're done.
We're done, guys. Like Raven said, let us know in the comment section below. Am I right? Is Raven right? Is your list better than our list?
Is Rogue One the best?
Clearly Empire Strikes Back is. But anyway, guys, I'm Joe, one third of the CYBERNERDS. I can't even talk right now. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at JICanWin. Raven, where can they find you?
And you can find me at CMC_GS. I'll be tweeting, just talking about, I think for the past 48 hours, all I've been tweeting is about Star Wars Rogue One. That epic. And you can find us, the CYBERNERDS, at the CYBERNERDS on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I'm trying to think, and Patreon.
So, follow us on Patreon for all exclusive behind the scenes stuff. See us arguing about our lists before we're arguing about our lists.
Yeah.
Alright guys, that's it from us. We'll see you on the next episode of Sith Temple.
No, change that. I'm not forced.